Okay, with track season wrapping up and the club season getting ready to kick off, we want to go over a few things for our track athletes that always struggle with the repetition of performing, cooling down, and then have to perform again at a moment's notice. That's always a challenging aspect of track meets. So we want to go over a real quick routine of how you can get your hips and your lower extremity warmed up for those track events so you can reduce injury and keep yourself performing at your best.
To start our track warm up for our hips, we're big fans of foam rolling, right? Getting a little soft tissue work in to prime the body to make those mobility feel a little better. For our foam roller, our hips, we want to sit on the foam roller, put one ankle on the opposite knee, and we're going to roll into that side, opening up that hip, making those hip muscles stretch and expose. And we're just going to roll back and forth, sitting on tender spots if you find them. You can switch to the other side, obviously. Rolling for about 30 seconds to a minute each side, really trying to ease that up and get those muscles relaxed for the rest of our warm-up, right? Now that we have our hips relaxed and warmed up from our foam rolling, we're going to move into our mobility drill to really get them opened up. We're going to go sit on our behind here, feet flat. You're going to take both your knees, point them one direction until both of your knees are touching the ground. Back to the start. And we're going to point both knees the other way. We call this our hip 90-90 drill since we have a 90-degree angle on both sides, right? Working back and forth. If it starts to get too easy, you can push your knees into the ground to stand up. But for the most part, this is going to get those hips opened up and ready to go. Now that we've foam rolled our hips, we've done a mobility drill with our hips and our hip 90-90 drill. We're going to move into our sort of hybrid mobility drill resistance exercise, right? One of our favorites is the walking lunge with a rotation. And that's as simple as taking that lunge step forward and then rotating over into the knee that is down, really stretching out the hip flexors on the back leg, switching sides as you go, really reaching. That allows us to really hit that hip flexor hard as well as getting the obliques stretched. We get a little lat action in there and really make an integrated mobility drill to get us warmed up for our priming drill at the end. Now that we've foam rolled our hips, we've done our hip 90-90 mobility drill, and we've done our walking lunge exercise. We're moving on to our priming drill. Now, track and field is based a lot on triple extension. That's extending the ankle joint, the knee joint, and the hip joint all at one time. And so we want our priming drill to replicate that. Our favorite way of doing this without any equipment is a squat jump. That's squatting down as deep as you can, getting as far into that range of motion as you can, then exploding up, extending the ankle, knee, and hip all at once, really squeezing those hips at the top, pushing off hard with those toes to really get through as much range of motion as we can. And so we're getting down as deep as we reasonably can and exploding all the way back up, getting ourselves primed for performance.
Okay, so you just saw a brief hip and lower extremity warm up for our track athletes. Obviously, all those things can be expanded upon to make it a more complete warm up. But we wanted to show you that because that's a great way to get the hips moving, get the lower extremity warmed up when you're going from event to event and you have those cool down periods. So, while that's a great routine between events, for sure at the beginning of the day, you need to expand upon what we just showed you to have a more thorough warm up. And all of those exercises can be progressed from what we've shown you.